are one of my favorite things to snack on right now. When I was younger, I always just kind of thought they were just okay, but then Devin recently has gone into like a fascination with eating pomegranates all the time, or pomegranate seeds, so now I'm obsessed with pomegranate seeds. So anytime I see them, I have to pick them up at the grocery store. And not to mention, they are hard to come by and kind of expensive. And I'm pretty sure pomegranates are only in season for such a short amount of time throughout the year, so you never even see like an actual pomegranate in the store. I can only ever find it with the seeds already in the package, but I would like to buy like an actual pomegranate, cut it open and get the seeds out myself, because I've actually never done that. But pomegranate seeds are so good. And it's also weird to think about, because obviously there's tons of fruit you can eat, but like how many seeds of fruits can you actually eat that are good? And as you could see from the clips earlier, I am reading the book called Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I just finished It Starts With Us because I read It Ends With Us before that everyone was talking about that I had to read, because like I've mentioned before in the vlogs, I'm like kind of back into my book phase. Sometimes I get like out of it for like a month or two, and then I'm like super obsessed with like reading a book every 2 days. Like there's like no in between. So yeah, I'm currently on this one and I'm a little over halfway, and I will say like the beginning like didn't really get me, but now like that I'm, let's see, where am I at exactly? Now that I'm like all the way through the book, I only have this much left to read pretty much, I'm like really hooked into it. But I'm just really curious to see how the ending is gonna be. But I loved the book It Starts With Us and It Ends With Us. I thought those were really good. But so far my favorite book of hers is called Reminders of Him. I don't know why, something about that book I just thought overall was the best so far. So I am currently in the process of finishing my makeup. As you can tell, it is not yet finished, but I'm currently about to put my blush on, and I have 2 new products from Merit that I want to show you today. It's this blush. I actually have this blush in a few other shades, but this is the newer shade I got recently called Stockholm, and it's like a blush balm where you can easily put it on with your fingers. It's really nice and lightweight, but also buildable, and the colors, like their shade ranges they have, is so beautiful. So I haven't tried this shade out yet, so I thought I would try it out with you on camera. And as you can see here, it's in a really nice pinky coral shade. I tend to go towards more like the purpley, more of like a plum color, if you will, of a blush. So I wanted to try out a totally different shade that I'm used to. I just feel like for summer this corally pink will be really nice. And then I have this newer limited edition shade from them in this beautiful red color. Like I said, I haven't tried it out yet, but I believe it's more on the sheer side and definitely buildable, so we will give it a go. Obviously I'm going to be applying it to my lips, but another thing I like to do with lipstick is actually apply it to my cheeks, because I'm a person who just really loves blush, so I just feel like I can never have too much. So I'm going to try a little mixture maybe or something. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited to try this little lipstick shade out. It's in the shade actually called Aperitif. I'm not exactly sure how you say that. I could be saying it totally wrong, but it's their signature lip formula that they have for other shades as well. But this shade is, I believe, a limited edition. I think they've had it before and it sold out really fast, so they came out with it again for this summer. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. So I'm actually putting on a little bit more makeup than I usually would for the summer, just because I'm about to go take some photos for a brand. But typically I like to just do my brows, throw on a lip, and maybe a blush. And in that case, if I do throw on a blush, it's definitely this formula from Merit. They have nailed it. It feels so lightweight, kind of gives you that nice soft sun-kissed look. So obviously you can just apply it with your finger or even put it some like on your lips or whatever, but I like to just apply it with a brush like this. This is a Morphe M427. I've always used this brush for blush. I don't know if it's specifically used for that, but I kind of just like it, so I always just dip it in there. And I go on the higher points of my cheek as well, because I like my blush to like sit up higher because it lifts it more. But I also kind of bring it on my nose. I don't know, to be honest, I put a blush kind of all over the place, but I typically try to stick to the blush mostly in this region of my face. So as you can tell, it's very light, but definitely buildable in my opinion. And even when you're applying this over other like foundations or powders or anything like that, it just still feels really nice on the skin, which I love. And it doesn't break up my makeup or make it look weird and splotchy at all. I just think this is a really nice hydrating formula. and it kind of just makes it look like it's coming from your skin and not so much like sitting on top of your skin. I'm actually really adoring this shade. It looks like a really nice natural flush to the cheeks. And then, like I said, I always like to put some on my nose as well, especially since it's summer right now, and I always like going for a little sun-kissed look. But like I said, I'm kind of crazy, and I put blush a little bit everywhere. I always feel like anytime I sit down and record doing my makeup in front of my window, it looks like it's like super dark out, but I promise you it's really nice and sunny out. It's so hot. When I was reading earlier, I was literally dripping in sweat because it was so hot out today. It's like definitely in the 90s, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how well this is picking up on camera, but this blush shade in person looks so nice and natural. I love how it blends so seamlessly with my bronzer as well. I'm just doing my makeup, and meanwhile we got a little stud muffin. I've got a little snoozle in the back. Since I haven't used this lipstick shade before, I don't know what color lip liner I want to go in with. So I'm just going with my OG lip liner I always use. If you know, you know. Because I'm not going for like a full-on like red lipstick. But I do want the red to come through. So I debated on doing a red lip liner, but I'm thinking more of my typical mauve will do the trick. I never feel complete until I have my lip liner on. And whenever I apply lip liner, I can't just do one. I have to do like a concoction of different colors. I don't know what it is. And then another little thing I always like to do is I take a pointed little angle brush and I pull out the corner where the lip liner ends. And I just bring it up so slightly. I don't know if you can even tell the difference because it's so subtle, but I always love how it looks in pictures, because like I've said before in other videos, my lips naturally just want to like come down. So I'm really trying to, as you can see, I was gua shaing earlier. I try to gua sha every morning because I'm trying to work on the depressor muscles right here, because I feel like mine are really prominent. I feel like that's why it always looks like I have RVF, because those muscles are so prominent in my face. I've always been like that. So I'm trying to just work those muscles back up. But yeah, that's why I do that. I just feel like it looks just a little bit better. Okay, and now for the star of the show. Let's give her a try. I kind of like to focus it more on the center of my lip and dab it on, and then I just take my finger and blend it out on the sides and figure out if, you know, I want to add a little bit more. So I definitely say it's more of like a satin finish. It's not super matte, and it's obviously not really glossy. It's just a nice in between. But from dabbing the lipstick, I obviously get some on my finger, so that's when I'll just take some and also apply it to my cheeks. I feel like this is also another good tip to really make your makeup look nice and cohesive, obviously because you're putting similar shades all over your face. And I will also take some on the top of my nose. I can definitely see why this shade sells out, because it's really pretty for summer, and I feel like it's not so like in your face red. And with any other products, I really like how they focus on minimalism. So a lot of their products are sheer, but like I said, they're very buildable, so you can apply as much as you want. You're wanting a little something more intense, but I just feel like this lip shade looks so lovely. And it's more of a different shade than what I'm used to wearing, so I like to push myself and try different lip shades, because I feel like that's something I usually stick to the same like all the time. Like I switch up my eye looks quite often, like if I want like more of a smoky eye or something a little bit more mellow, or just like no eyeshadow at all. But I feel like with my lips I'm always very one note with it, like the classic nude. So definitely going to be wearing this lip shade more throughout the summer, because I think it looks really nice with my skin tone right now as well. I'll try to show you in like different lighting as well, because I feel like this lighting we have going on right now for us isn't even doing it justice. And I haven't worn a gloss in such a long time, but I'm feeling like this lip shade would look really pretty with it. So I'm going to go in with the Merit Tinted Lip Balm in shade 𝙇𝙄𝙉𝙆𝙎. And I focus this on the center of my lips as well. I love how it creates just a really nice hydrating sheen to the lips. And I think it looks like a dream with this lip shade. I'm also glad that I didn't do a true red lip liner. I feel like the lip liners I chose worked really well with this lip combo. I haven't done my makeup in so long. Like I said, I'm shooting content, so that's why I pretty well did a full face today. Nothing like too crazy, but I need to figure out what I want to do with this hair because this is total bad head. And maybe I'll curl it or wave it. I don't know, but she needs something. Okay, we are currently in my backyard. As you can tell, I threw my extensions in. I really didn't do anything but put these cute little braids in because I haven't done that in forever and I kind of forget about doing that with my hair. And I literally have on the same bikini that I've been wearing all day because it's been so damn hot. Like our grass is so dry, like when I'm walking on it, it's like crunching. But I am about to shoot content for this jewelry brand called 𝙇𝙄𝙉𝙆𝙎, and I do have a discount code. I've worked with them a really long time ago. I want to say like 2 years or so ago, and I loved their jewelry. And I'm collaborating with them again. Look how gorgeous these bracelets are. It's like the freshwater pearl look, which I'm really into. And then I also have this belly chain, which honestly you could totally wear as a little necklace as well. But I love body chains. I think they're so cute. Again, it kind of matches the theme of the bracelets. That's why I picked it out together. And I love all the hearts and everything on it. It looks so cute and summery. But yeah, I was kind of waiting till it cooled down a little bit so it wouldn't be so hot taking the photos. And I kind of like to be in the shade versus like direct sunlight. It can be a little too harsh. But I haven't shot jewelry in a long time. So I'm like thinking in my mind like what aesthetic I'm trying to achieve here. But I knew I wanted to be outside doing something with these gorgeous pearls versus like my backdrop that I feel like I always do. Also, this is a little bit of a better view of the lipstick shade. I think she's cute. Totally different than my normal lipstick shade. I think that's why I like it, because I like to switch things up, you know? But yeah, this is kind of what it looks like in different lighting, because like I said, I feel like the lighting in my room makes everything look kind of blah. So yeah, I'm just gonna be out here shooting some content. And yeah, I'm just in my backyard. This is our little tree line here. Got my tripod here. As you can see, the sun's more that way, but I'm trying to stay more in the shade over here. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous out. I actually really do love the heat, so I'm thriving. So when I'm taking photos outside, this is what it typically looks like, where it's really bright and overexposed because we're outside. So I just take it all the way down to 2 usually. Sometimes that's a little too much, so I'll do 1, but for the most part I feel like I pretty well go all the way down to 2 because it creates a really nice contrast. And then I have my little Bluetooth clicker here, which connects obviously to my phone, and I take the photos that way like super fast. Actually, you know what? I might take some in the sun while I got it, just to rule that out if I for sure don't want the sun. So that is the view we got going on for the backdrop. I kind of like this shot better than the one I just did because you can see the blue sky a little bit. So I feel like this could be a good shot right here with all of the greenery, the blue, and the golden hour of the sun right now. Okay, I'm filming on my phone now because my camera died,
And I'm honestly shocked that my phone didn't shut off because it gave me the warning that it was too hot outside for the phone. But I just finished shooting. I'm an absolute sweaty mess now. My hair is like sticking to my body. That's why I don't ever wear extensions in the summer, just because I get way too sticky and sweaty. Like, in the humidity in Missouri is just a no-go to add in extra hair. It's the only time in my life when I'm thankful to have my fine thin hair. But yeah, honestly, the makeup's holding up pretty well. I mean, I don't do foundation in the summer. I just like cover up some of my acne spots when I'm taking photos and whatnot, but just like average every day, I kind of just like don't care about the acne spots. Like I said, I just have been doing really simple makeup lately, so I don't know, it felt kind of nice to just do a little bit extra today because I haven't been like feeling myself lately, just been a little bit in a funk. And today I just felt like my spirits were like back up, and then I felt like playing with makeup again, hence why I did a different little lippy than I normally do. And I think it's cute. I like the whole vibe I captured today. I haven't shot outside in my backyard like this in a really long time, and then I remember how grateful I am that this is my backyard and I have all this like privacy to like take whatever photos I want outside. So yeah, now I'm just like sitting in my backyard now that I'm done taking photos, even though I'm super hot and really thirsty. I want to go get a drink. But yeah, I'm just sitting out here just appreciating the fact that this is my backyard. And one day I won't be able to sit back here and enjoy it because I'll have a family of my own. And I won't have this place. Whoa, these dogs barking like crazy. But one day I won't have this place to come back to. And someone else will be living in here. And they'll get to enjoy it and hopefully be as grateful as I am. Sometimes I feel like we get so caught up living and worrying about what's the next thing we got to get done or what we got to do next to get this in order and to feel like we're on track. But I feel like you never fully reach that until you really like understand to appreciate the moments that you're in right now that you'll never have again. Like just being able to sit outside in your backyard or sit wherever you are right now. Like maybe one day you won't be able to have that house or have that time to yourself to even just like focus in on it and like be here now and just appreciate the moment that you're in. Even if it's not exactly where you want to be, I still feel like it's important to be grateful for where you're at right now. And I feel like that's something I'm constantly trying to push myself to do because it is really hard, especially when you're like, I mean, for a lot of people, obviously almost everyone in the world I would imagine fights this, but I feel like especially with content creation, I get so wrapped up in sometimes trying to be like pretty or be the best at this or be the best at that when I just should just be my authentic self, which I am. But sometimes I get engulfed in like trying to be the best or the prettiest or whatever when that's so whack. Like sometimes I feel like with content creation I get so wrapped up and I'm always looking at myself, like taking photos or filming myself. Those are just like internal things that I feel like I battle with a lot, that I just gotta get over the hump. And sometimes that hump is harder to get over than other times. It's also weird because when I look back at photos or like when I'm editing, I feel like I'm not even looking at myself, because sometimes I forget like that this is like my physical body because I'm so like in my head with stuff. When I'm looking back at footage, for instance, like when I'll be looking back at this, I don't always feel like I'm looking at myself. It's kind of like dissociating. I feel so much more than this body. I feel like it's like the aura of who I am that I think of when I think of me versus the body. So when I'm like editing or taking photos, I'm like so hard on myself, or I'm like, who even is that? I don't even know if I'm gonna put this footage up because I'm just like rambling at this point and mind dumping on you. I seriously feel like the summer is flying by. I can't even believe it. I feel like I haven't been able to appreciate the summer enough. I've been trying to lay out and be outside as much as I can. Like I said, I love the heat. I thrive in this kind of weather. Preferably when I'm not wearing extensions or makeup. I feel a lot better like that. But I love just waking up, being able to throw on a bikini and go outside and feel comfortable, get a little sweat on, do water activities, because I'm a Cancer and I love the water. I love being outside. I'm kind of like a tomboy at heart. Like there's a lot of feminine stuff obviously that I like, but I feel like deep down I'm like major tomboy. Don't get me wrong, I love like my platform heels and throwing makeup on every once in a while and that whole thing, but yeah, I love being outside in the outdoors, and I just feel like I haven't been able to appreciate it enough. especially since me and Devin are both home right now, which is so rare. We're only both home like during the holidays and stuff, but if you're not aware, my boyfriend is like in the whole acting world, so obviously the whole writer strike is going on right now, so like no one's working, so he's been home for a while and we're like soaking it up being home both together in Missouri, because usually we're back out in LA together, which I'm also really missing as well. I haven't been back to LA since May, I think was the last time I vlogged when I was there. So I'm also excited to get back there, but I'm also happy that we're both home right now. So like I was saying, I'm a Cancer, so actually my birthday is coming up on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. I just can't even believe like my birthday's already here. I love July because it's like the hottest month, I feel like, and obviously my birthday as well. I just have such good memories of my birthday and everything like that, so I just always feel like that's why the summer is my absolute favorite time of the year, because those are my most cherished memories. But I feel like the older I get, I've noticed I just appreciate more moments like this versus like always wanting to be busy doing something and going out and doing all this. Like that stuff doesn't really appeal to me anymore. It doesn't at all, actually. Like I enjoy it. Literally right now I'm just sitting in my field in my backyard and having the absolute time of my life. Like this is what's fun to me now. It's just so crazy, like as you get older, for me anyway. Obviously everyone's experience is different and I'm not shaming anyone. I want everyone to live their life exactly how they want to, and I wish for everyone to be able to do that, obviously. But for me personally, this is my idea of living. I love you.
I'm ending the day the same way I started it, out on the front porch. But now I'm playing ball with Lily because it's that time of day when it's not too hot. I mean, today is really freaking hot, but it's not as hot as it was during the day, so I like to play with him later in the evening so he doesn't sweat too much, because obviously he has a full-on thick coat and he's so curly and thick. But as soon as he's done playing ball, I'm going to again read, because I am at the part of my book where it's gotten really good, like I said, so I can't stop myself. Once I start a book and it's really good, I'll finish it in like a day or like 2 days max. But yeah, today was such a beautiful day, and I spent literally most of it outside under the front porch in the shade reading my book. And I definitely feel like the porch swing over there is calling my name again.